Hey, two-wheeled friends, out here for another shadow day. I know I talk about the weather a lot when I am out on the bike, but it is a brisk 45 degrees this morning. You can probably hear there's a little bit of wind as well. I've been out here a couple minutes and I should have a neck gaiter on because I can feel it on my neck here. But it is the middle of October, and maybe it's a little late to bring you this for Fire Prevention Week, but I think it's Fire Prevention Month or something like that, and then they break it down to like a week or something. But anyways, let's roll the intro. I'll talk to you a little bit about fire prevention. So yeah, I am not, what's this guy doing? So I am by no means a fire professional, a firefighter, you know, anybody in that line of work. So I'm just a guy out on a motorcycle who came across an article the other day, and I thought, you know what? I really care for all of you guys, so I want to share some of these tips with you and kind of tie it back to somewhere in the motorcycle world as well. So the first talking point is, you know, where fires start. And from what this article said, a lot of fires start in the kitchen by unattended cooking. So whether it's you put something in the oven or on the stove and then you get busy, you get a phone call and you leave and you're like, oh hey, I forgot that something's actually, I don't know what that guy was doing, in the kitchen cooking, and then next thing you know, you're coming home to an unfortunate fire. And a lot of this happens over the holidays too, where it gets unattended to, get busy with family and all that. So with the holidays coming up, it was kind of that November and December time frame that a lot of kitchen fires happen. So be sure to have a fire extinguisher that you replace every so often, or get recharged if it's a rechargeable one, because you just never know when you're going to need it. It seems like something kind of dumb to have sitting around that you never use, but you know, it's kind of like a handgun that you carry every day. You know, you want to be prepared, but you hope you never have to use it. So then I kind of want to go out to the garage as well, you know, with motorcycles and things. If you are in a colder climate and you bring your motorcycle in, or even I guess in warmer climates, and you work on it in the garage, you make sure you have a fire extinguisher in the garage too. You know, another vital thing is your smoke detectors. Make sure you have a smoke detector in every room that you sleep in and outside of those sleeping areas. Detection is key. Detect it early. Now, if you're cooking in the kitchen, some of you might have issues with the smoke detector going off quite a bit, but it's there for a reason. Should almost talk to these guys. So another thing too is, you know, if you are a smoker, stay safe if you smoke. Safe? Man, my voice always cracks. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, stay safe if you do smoke. Try to avoid smoking in the house if you can, or even out on the balconies. That's a large fire starter as well is balcony fires. One of the main things about smoking inside is, you know, falling asleep and it igniting your furniture, your bed, or whatever the case is. Just always make sure that it's extinguished. You know, and another motorcycle related type scenario that kind of came up is using space heaters. Now I know we've used space heaters before, and the big thing is make sure that the outlet that it is plugged into is rated for the size of the space heater you have. We had a space heater one time plugged in, and I went to check on it after it had been on for some time, and the plug was hot. And that's not a good sign if that plug's getting hot. And another big no-no is plugging space heaters into extension cords or power strips. And this is where, you know, if you are in a cold climate and you have your bike in the garage, or you bring the bike in and it's a little chilly and you have a little space heater and you're like, you know what, I want to warm this garage up a little bit, I'm just going to turn this space heater on. One, make sure you don't leave it unattended. And two, be sure you don't plug it into any outlets that aren't rated again, or power strips. Plug it directly into a properly amped outlet and breaker, and just be smart about it and be safe. If you watched any of the last videos, you'll see that I have been working on insulating our garage, and I am actually installing a permanent heater in that garage, and that's got some heavy wire. I think that wire that I bought was 8-2 wiring, so 8 gauge wiring, and that's going to be on a 40 amp breaker. The max amps of that heater is like 31 amps or something like that. So another source of fires is the laundry room. So make sure you're cleaning lint out of the little lint trap. Make sure you're going outside and cleaning that as well, where the air comes out. Certain types of ducting can create static, and then the lint can attach to it. They say not to use PVC because it can be statically charged. So just always make sure, yep, you stay there to keep that clean. You know, and kind of talking about outlets a little bit, make sure you keep your outlets safe. Electrical outlets do wear out over time, and I have seen outlets where they start to smolder, or, you know, if you're plugging something in and it is really loose, that's probably a sign that you should replace your outlet. Here's this guy trying not to get ran over behind me. The guy that was going to pull out, he was not slowing down behind me. So yeah, if you go to plug that in and it's really loose, consider hiring an electrician, or if you're qualified to do it, get it changed. And check the cords, anything you have plugged in too, like lamps and, you know, your TV and other components. You know, it might be working, but if you have pets, they may have chewed the little protective coating that's on the wiring off. I had that happen actually years ago. My dog chewed on the Christmas lights, and I don't know how he didn't get zapped. Maybe it blew the little fuse in the little plug, but that could have been bad. That could have been a fire starter and the death of my dog, but fortunately he survived. And another thing too, don't put those cords under rugs, because if you're stepping on cords, and I tell my daughters this all the time too, don't step on the cords, because you know, it might look okay, but you keep stepping on that cord, it breaks the wire inside, and then you're gonna have issues that way too. And if you have a rug, you can't see where the cord is. And I know it's, you know, it happens a lot, so you don't trip on it and yada yada yada, or blah blah blah, whatever it is you want to say. But you probably noticed I'm just riding around in circles because I'm on my way to work. And like I said, it's 45 degrees out, and next week's not looking any warmer. So I wanted to come out, get this video done, get it out to you in October, so everybody can kind of have a little reminder to be safe. You know, one other point that was in that article too is curb the source of the flame. So if you have candles that you burn a lot, or incense, just be smart about it. You know, it sounds like common sense, but sometimes things happen without even really thinking about it. But be cognitive of where you're putting your candle or burning incense, and don't burn it next to a curtain, you know, that type of thing. Oh, excuse me. And any lighters or matches or anything, and if you have children, either one, talk to your children about the dangers of fire, or two, just make sure you keep all that stuff out of reach of the kids. So, you know, that makes me think of fireworks and things too. You know, go buy a bunch of fireworks and then leave it lay out with a lighter and just see what your kids do. No, I don't recommend that. When we were kids, we would always run around with firecrackers and things all summer long, but you know what? I had some of them blow up in my hands too because I was dumb. But anyways, this isn't about the 4th of July and fireworks, but you know, so just be safe. Change those, and I think I forgot to mention this earlier when I was talking about smoke detectors. Change those batteries in your smoke detectors at least once a year. Check them monthly, change them once a year, and just stay ahead of it. I think some places even say like change them every 6 months, like on daylight savings time. And when daylight savings time, you know, when it begins and ends. I know that's something a little bit different, my two-wheeled friends. I'm actually not as cold as I thought I was going to be with it being 45 degrees out. At least the sun still has a little bit of power. So if you enjoyed this video, go down, give it a big thumbs up. I'll do this so you can see me, even though I got the sun in my eyes. Actually, I got to do this because it's a little too bright. But appreciate you guys all watching. I know it was something somewhat motorcycle related, but yet, you know, it's just something I want to keep you all safe, give you that little reminder in case you aren't around any source of reminder, so you can come back next week and watch the next Shadowday video. Don't forget to go down and click that subscribe button if you are new to the channel. Be sure to ring the bell so you're notified when I upload videos next. And until next time, peace out, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.